Today, my speaker, Toastmaster Nayomi, is attempting the pathway on innovative planning, level 2, project 2. So the purpose of the objective of this speech is to practice the skill needed to connect with the unfamiliar audience. The member, you need to present a topic with an unfamiliar topic to the club members. So the objective is to see how the Toastmaster can bring skills in order to convince the members. Timer, please note, the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish all the best to my speaker, Toastmaster Nayomi. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Aslam, for that brief. Let me introduce the speaker, Toastmaster Nayomi Hettiarachchi from Sri Lanka. Before we give the floor to her, let me read about the answer of what next of her. She says, it's all about moving on to the next challenge with proper preparation. Let's put our hand together and welcome Toastmaster Nayomi Hettiarachchi to deliver her speech.
The more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. Good evening, Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Are you good as you think you are? How healthy are you? How good are you at managing your money? Are you better than or average at grammar? Knowing how competent we are and how our skills stack up against others is more than self-esteem boost. It helps us to plan other things or get advices from other people. I remember one of my managers from my previous job. He was not that smart and everyone knew about it. And he was always making mistakes and blaming for his mistakes. But the thing is, he seems knowing about his incompetence. I'm pretty sure you also have met people like that. Maybe at the end of this speech, you will also find something about yourself you didn't notice before. Psychological studies show that we are not good at evaluating ourselves accurately. In fact, we frequently overestimate ourselves. Researchers have named for this phenomenon. This is Dunning-Kruger effect. So, what is meant by this Dunning-Kruger effect? When someone is incompetent, that they believe they are extremely skilled. The Dunning-Kruger effect suggests that we don't know something we aren't aware of or lack of knowledge. In other words, we don't know what we don't know. Think about it. If you never studied chemistry or flown in a plane or built a house, how can you accurately identify what you don't know about this topic? This clearly explains why more than 100 studies have shown that people display illusory superiority. When software engineers in two companies asked to rate their performance, 32% on one company stated and the other company stated 40%. In another study, 88% of American drivers claim having above average driving skills. These are isolated findings. On average, people tend to rate themselves better than average in discipline ranging from health, leadership, skills, and ethics. What is most interesting is those who have this ability are often most likely to rate their skills greater extent. People are very poor at logical, grammar, reasoning, finance knowledge, emotional intelligence, and chess. All tend to rate their expertise almost favorably actual experts do. So, who is vulnerable to this dilution? Sadly, all of us, because we have pockets of incompetence that we don't recognize. So, but why? When psychologist Dunning-Kruger first described this effect in 1999, they argued that the people lacking in knowledge particular areas suffer two problems. They make mistakes and make poor decisions. And second, those knowledge gap prevents them from catching their errors. In other words, poor performance lack that expertise in recognizing how bad they are doing. During the Dunning-Kruger effect, it's not the question of ego blinding us to all our weakness. People really do admit their incompetence once they can spot themselves. In one study, students initially done badly on logical tests. Then they took a mini course on logic, were quite willing to admit how bad they'd done on their previous test. That may be the reason for people moderate amount of expertise, often that confident in their abilities. They know enough that there are lots of they don't know. Meanwhile, experts tend to know just how knowledgeable they are, but they have a different problem. They think everyone else are good as they are. So, how to recognize this issue? First, you have to recognize this effect, something you are already doing. Learning about this Dunning-Kruger effect can help you to pinpoint. It might be in your work or in your data. If this Dunning-Kruger effect is invisible for all of us, then how can we know how good we are in various things? And so, another question, how to overcome this? Take your time, challenge your own claims, change your reasoning. First, ask for feedback from other people. Consider it even it is hard for you. More important, keep learning, more knowledgeable we become, then less likely we face Dunning-Kruger effect. Just remember this old quote, "A little learning is dangerous thing" by Alexander Pope. Thank you.